A very warm welcome, good evening, namaskar, and to the day three of India Global Education and Skill Summit. Now we are in the concluding session. Just to take you all, India Global Education and Skill Summit is all about engaging powerful minds and empowering transformation. This has been hosted by the Government of Telangana College and Technical Education Department and organized by Indie Global Media Network. In last 3 days, from 27 to till now, over 100 leaders from across the country and globe have joined us, especially who are from the education and skill space, and also those who are from the governance space in skill and education. To talk about our inaugural session, we had an amazing inaugural session with participation from Mr. Rajesh Agarwal, Secretary for Department of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, Chairman of AICTE, All India Council of Technical Education, Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe, also joined us to deliver guest of honor address. Our program chair for this summit, Mr. Navin Mittal, Commissioner for Collegiate Education and Technical Education Department, have been in the inaugural too, gracing various sessions as well, even today on global collaborations, outcome of those collaborations. And in the day one, we had representation of Government of Madhya Pradesh, Chandigarh, and several other states joined us. Over a dozen NITs, National Institute of Technology, IIT, Indian Institute of Technology directors joined us as speakers, and the day one was also contributing to the school education system. Directors and founders of school chains were also part of it. And today, we just a while ago, we had an amazing award ceremony, virtual award ceremony. And to grace the occasion, we had a well known, nationally acclaimed actor, animal welfare activist, and an educator, Srimati Amala Akineni. She's also the director for College for Films and Media, Annapurna College of Films and Media. And it was also graced by our program chair, Sri Navin Mittal. And without further ado, now we are joined by yet another senior bureaucrat from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh is known as a pioneer in e governance. And over the years, one man headed this particular e-governance wing on under the electronic IT and electronics department in the state of Andhra Pradesh as CEO of e-governance. I must say, commissioner as of e-governance. Now, currently, he is the special secretary for Information Technology Department of Government of Government of Andhra Pradesh. He also holds a key position in academic institution, which is providing modern and emerging technology, job-oriented and entrepreneurial-oriented courses. He is none other than Dr. Sundar Balakrishna. Please join me in welcoming him. He is joining us all the way from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us and gracing the concluding ceremony occasion.
Thank you, Sudhir Gautam. Thank you, the government of Telangana and Indie Global for giving us this opportunity to articulate about some of the visions of our state in education and innovation.
Just to tell you, sir, we were joined more than 1,500 delegates registered and joined us throughout these 3 days. They are from across the country and globe as well, and especially they are from the students, teaching faculty, directors, deans, professors, and also those who have been providing technology in the education sector, including government commissioners and secretaries joined us, who are especially in the skill and education space. So we would like to hear from you what is Andhra Pradesh surging ahead with, and you as the Director General for International Institute of Technology (IIDT). Uh, we would like to know about its vision and the culture of innovation in it. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you once again. And I'm very happy to be a part of this forum and where educationists from IITs and other leading institutions from across the world have been a part. Uh, Government of AP too, from the technology and the educational perspective, have been looking at other examples. And we have also been trying to revise and make our syllabus more contemporary, especially with reference to IT. uh, a couple of initiatives from the AP's uh, Council for Higher Education. Now they partnered with the IT department last year, and our initial thoughts, just like any other uh, educational department in the states of India, was that much of the syllabus in teaching universities were limited to 6 to 7 streams. Now, if a student, after completing plus two and after getting a reasonable good score in the common entrance examinations for engineering and other professional courses, including medical, they they have a limited bouquet. First in the order of importance comes computer science, followed by electronics, then electrical, mechanical, civil, and certain other public universities offer courses, BTech courses in food technology and related areas. Then we have the B Pharma course offered both from the engineering stream as well as from the medical stream. Now, this was the scenario, and this was uh, a similar scenario existed in other states too, just like in our state. So, where we wanted to make a difference was we wanted to bring in emerging technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data sciences, and integrate it with the computer science and the IT courses here. And we came up immediately with a problem. The problem was many of these emerging technologies were limited to industrial applications, and we do not have a solid theory surrounding it. Maybe artificial intelligence, they have been with us since the 1950s, since the since Professor Alan Turing started talking about the Turing machine. We have a sizable theory around artificial intelligence, but the same cannot be said for other emerging areas like blockchain or Internet of Things. A student, if he or she is interested, would be taking a couple of specialized electives in these areas, and she had to or he had to study under the computer science wing. That was the scenario. So how we went about making it more attractive and palatable was that we knitted a BTech AIML course or a BTech data science course with a industry certification, so that a student who undergoes this course not only learns the basics about the modern computing, but also get immersed in these technologies, get a first-hand exposure of the theoretical part of these technologies, and in the process, undergo an industry certification so that a contemporary flavor is added to it. We started it last year, and a plethora of private engineering colleges were willing to offer these courses in their APEM set and TSEM set counseling. So that was how we first made a dent in this area. the uh, the this there naturally was some constraints because the courses have to be approved by AICTE, the All India Council for Technical Education, and also we also had to keep in mind the students' time and other constraints. A student may be enthusiastic to take up many of these courses, but he or she has to undergo a certain amount of minimum courses in various disciplines in engineering to become mature enough to absorb the emerging technologies. So these constraints were there, and this year we have perfected it, and the counseling is going on. Now, the fruits of all these initiatives which we are seeing now will be there for us to see after 4 to 5 years. And I only uh, request the public universities to popularize these programs in their respective universities, because so far we are seeing good traction from the private universities, but not so much from the public universities. Coming to Andhra Pradesh perspective on higher education, just like Telangana, we do have our bunch of JNTUs campuses. We also have the central universities like Indian Maritime University, the National Law University, triple ITs in Chittoor, in Kurnool, and these cater to perhaps some of the top scoring students, not only in the state but also from outside the state. Now, it was with this vision that we thought about uh, thought about building an institution, the International Institute of Digital Technologies. It had its birth, a young institution, in 2017, when we had to compete with giants in Tirupati like IIT Tirupati, ICER Tirupati, and another triple IT in Sri City. And our USP, we made it very clear right from day one. It will be catering only to the postgraduates in engineering across any stream. Where we felt there was a lacuna was an engineering student with good quantitative and analytical skills should not be left out if he or she wants to choose a career in IT. So this was the basic thinking that led us to craft courses at the International Institute of Digital Technologies. We did away with the constraints of AICTE by going for a model much like ISB. We had a encompass 11-month intensive one of its kind program for a range of emerging technologies. Our flagship programs was in cybersecurity. We partnered with, instead of having faculty on our roles who may or may not be productive, we thought about a partnership model. So for this, we choose the best both from the public and the private sector. For example, for our postgraduate program, the 11-month postgraduate program spread over three modules and a capstone project. We had the National Forensic Sciences University, Gandhinagar, as our faculty partner, and we also have a high-end cyber security lab at Tirupati, which is one of its kind. Here, the students are trained in a range of tools, cybersecurity tools, where they don both the red hat and the blue hat. That is both in the attack mode as well as in the defense mode. Now, one might ask, why labs are so important? And for emerging technologies, much of the education happens in labs where we have software that is either open sourced or proprietary. We have a mix of both open source tools as well as proprietary tools in our cyber range lab, because it is important for the student to get exposed to open source tools, absorb everything that is free, and then make a mark in proprietary cache rich technologies. That was our motto. So that was the vision behind setting up this highly expensive cyber range lab, where we train our students at least 3 hours in a working day. And this has become so famous that even the police department, the banking department, they have been asking us at IIT Tirupati to train their staff in these technologies, where we are crafting courses for them. The other flagship program is the program in data analytics, which we renamed this year as data sciences and machine learning, keeping in view the requirement of the industry in these areas. So we crafted a three-sem program, padding it with a good dose of mathematics, abstract algebra, and a range of technologies drawn from banking, pharma, medicine, dental, and marketing to make the student acquire a rich exposure in all the analytical areas in emerging the emerging industry. What I'm trying to say is, though the university caters to emerging technologies, we look more at applications. And for this, we also partnered with this time we partnered with a private sector bunch of engineers, black buck engineers based stationed at Hyderabad, who have a good ecosystem, not only for training, because the faculty they draw from some of the IITs, and many of their faculty are from the industry who have dirtied their hands or muddied their hands with live projects. So that way it helps the student not only to connect immediately to the problems in the industry, but also to network with mentors in the industry, which helps them in their future career. We also have a postgraduate program in artificial intelligence. This caters to those aficionados who are in love with traditional computer science. So that way, the we cater to a wide range of technology enthusiasts in our program. We have a entrance examination, and the basic qualification is he or she should be a engineer from any branch. For certain branches, we have a MCA qualification too, and we have plans for uh, a postgraduate program in full stack technologies. Okay, because this is quite unique. A student either is well versed with the back end or well versed with some parts of the front end where the client is facing. But this program is completely based on a full stack where the student is exposed to a complete array of technologies ranging from Java, HTML, CSS, and in the backend, Python, PHP, and also the entire range of technologies in the middleware. We also have plans. We will be kickstarting it in March next year for a intense course in databases with a good padding again from abstract algebra and data structures. What I am seeing in student syllabus these days is that data structures are taught and one or two database software like SQL, MongoDB is taught. But to my surprise, when I was conducting a research, I found out that there were 343 database languages in operation today. And we picked out the top 10 MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle, Microsoft Server, and so on and so forth. And each of them have their own flavors. And if a student is exposed to both SQL and no SQL databases, he or she has a very good demand in the market because these days selecting the database for the right problem takes a lot of analysis and thinking. So these are some of the programs which we teach, and I have also charted out some of the programs which we are thinking in the middle term and the rationale behind it. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to articulate about IIT's vision. And people can take a look at our website and also plan for any teaching programs, or they can also offer come and teach as faculty and be a mentor to our students. Thank you once again, Sudhir, for giving me this opportunity.
Amazing, sir. We are glad to know that, as we know, that Andhra Pradesh is the pioneer in e-governance, m-governance, and also digital technology. It is using the same expertise in education as well, and I'm sure with the same vision, this International Institute of Digital Technology has been established. We would like to know a brief background of its establishment, sir, if you would like to tell.
IIT started in 2017 with two flagship courses. It is situated in Tirupati. If you just get down at the airport, just 2 kilometers from the airport, you can see a big sprawling contemporary building, just looking like a pyramid in Redigunta. It looks like a sortam, but actually it is a great building, and it abuts our electronic manufacturing clusters, EMCs of the IT department. So that way, it has a good connect with the electronics industry because there are several players there like Dixon, Foxconn, who manufacture mother chips for their phones. We also have a AP State Fiber Grid Laboratory in the offing, where engineers from the AP State Fiber Grid and other telecommunication areas are also will also be working with us. So why we have thought about an integrated area like this is there will be a two-way flow of information and knowledge between the students on the one hand and also the industry on the other, so that both are enriched. And our batch intake is anywhere between 25 and 30 per program. We don't want to make it too big because we are interested in having quality students for our flagship program. So far, we have graduated 203 students and with a 100% placement, and 9 of them, I am proud to say, are undergoing their master's or PhD programs in universities in US and Europe. In fact,
Amazing.
recently, one of them even got into a prestigious program at the University of Austin at Texas. So, our alumni is also, though small, they are placed at quite important places both in the industry and academia.
Amazing, sir. It's usually there were discussions that the universities, the institution should have one industry person in their campus, and there should be one academic person in the industry area. But you have planned in such a way that they are interconnected, both the industry and also your academia. That's quite amazing. That actually is a vision actually. And if I'm not wrong, while we get down at the airport, it is that pyramid like structure, that is the place of your institution. Yeah, I have been there in 2016 when it was an amazing place actually. So we are glad to know such an ecosystem is there, and more. Besides the emerging technology, which are latest modern technologies, you are also looking at a futuristic courses. That's quite impressive. There must be going some research going behind this particular approach with coming up with futuristic courses.
Much of the much of the cues and much of the hints come from the industry. For example, when we were wanting to do placements during the pandemic era, one of the industrial partners suggested, let us not have a in-person interview in the sense, let us use a AR/VR tool for simulating behavioral responses and capturing the behavioral responses of the interviewers. And from that need, we invited a industry partner who came with a visor and who helped us in setting up the questions and capturing the responses of the potential candidates for their job requirements. So this we found was quite interesting. And from there, we thought we should have a good AR, VR, augmented reality and virtual reality course. And a 4 month program we started by partnering with Unity 3D, which is one of the giants in AR VR technologies. It is in the offing, and we are yet to finalize some of the modalities with them. So, what I'm trying to say is, government has its own constraints when it comes to research,
Yeah.
because we are huddled with so many other routine jobs. We have to run the IT department in the state. So to get a complete research arm will be difficult. But we have a good industry ecosystem here, and whatever is available, we have been making use of. There was another one on blockchain. The problem with blockchain technology is we are not finding too many industry applications. And after promising the student the moon and getting him or her into our course and not being able to find a suitable placement will be a disaster. So that is the reason why we are not looking at blockchain courses right now too strongly. Where there is a industry rich presence, we are there. For example, AR/VR, full stack developers, database managers, cybersecurity specialists, data scientists, and ML engineers. So these areas were very ripe and rich where jobs are good. We also keep a very constant look at LinkedIn and other postings so that we are in constant touch with the pulse of the industry for knowing the profiles. So that is how we are able to craft courses according to the requirements of the industry.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. There's a question from the audience. That's a basic question. I'll just put it to you. What is the basic qualification that is needed and to enter or join IIDT? And uh, how quick is a job placement opportunity?
Okay.
Must be a
for
student.
any of the IIT courses, for example, for artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science, the requirement is you should be a graduate engineering from any discipline, engineering graduate from any discipline. For for cybersecurity too, it is the same. And for data sciences, we thought we will also have MCA graduates or MSc graduates who did science and statistics in their because that is a key requirement.
Yeah, yeah.
We welcome freshers. We also welcome those students with 1 or 2 years of work experience and students with GATE, JMAT, and CAT scores are straight away taken in without any entrance test, and but they have an interview round to clear. And the placements will be happening right after semester two, and by the time you're out, you should be having one offer at least. And even sometimes during pandemic, I should not be shying or I should not be hiding facts. During the pandemic years, both in 2020 and even now, it so happens that all the students are not placed immediately after the course. 80% are placed, and 20% always have some related issues. We handhold them, whether it is 2 months, 3 months, or even 6 months. We handhold them. We put them or engage them in projects within our government too, wherein we have organizations like AP Technology Services, which runs the Cybersecurity Center. Some of our students were absorbed in the real-time governance center, where they are exposed to a range of technologies used for real-time governance. And from there, it is just so easy for them to connect to an industry and get a job. Many of them have migrated that way also. So job is not usually a problem when they land in IIT.
Amazing, sir. So this should answer the question of our audience there. So thank you very much for taking out time despite your busy schedule of working a day long and joining us. It's an honor and privilege to have you always. You have been a great mind uh, applying it in the e-governance sector and IT sector. Now in education as well. Uh, as a token of appreciation and as a small gesture from our end department of collegiate and technical education department government of telangana and indie global media network, we would like to present this key speaker certificate proudly to Dr. Sundar Balakrishna. He is a special secretary IT and Electronics Department, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and also Director General, International Institute of Digital Technology. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so much.
sir, for this.
Thank
For our audience, we got a small story on the ground made through our audio video film, which is a story of progress in education. I would request my team to present this story to our audience and those who have joined us from across the country.
Telangana, the youngest state of India that came into being on 2nd June 2014, is making rapid transformation in its education system. Especially in last 3.5 years, it has been making rapid strides through serious re-engineering in higher education space. Outdated and timely inappropriate courses and syllabus were modernized and reorganized. Students' choice and flexibility have been increased dramatically. Over 53 combinations were made available for students to choose from. Extracurricular skills in the courses, including computer and communication skill, industry-friendly and practical hands-on training is making students future and industry ready. Digital technology has been embraced and integrated in a big way in the education system of Telangana. One of the key initiatives, DOST, Degree Online Services Telangana, an online admission platform which is considered as one of the best in the country and is being replicated in many states. It's been proved as student-friendly admission platform besides an easy e-payment facility platform through mobile. Over 220,000 students took admission through DOST the last academic year. The university management system, which is under integration, will remodel and reintegrate all the modules of last 2 decades.
The quality of education we are offering is very high. The main strength of our college is highly qualified teaching faculty. Under the able guidance of our commissioner, Sri Naveen Mittal, we are implementing new technologies to improve technical education. Sir has introduced biometric attendance, which is useful for both students and staff. Sir has introduced dynamic curriculum to achieve the goals of outcome-based education.
The overall digitalization has rejuvenated the system both for the administration and to the students. This new and exciting way is making students to embrace the benefits of education in Telangana. There is not just modern combination of courses in the offering, but education is being imparted in English in parallel to the regional Telugu language. This changing scenario became highly popular with the student community, and they have now become the brand ambassadors of what is being offered in government colleges, spreading messages of positive change and influencing more and more students to get associated as pupils.
Good morning everyone. I am Devishri, a student of Jawaharlal Nehru Government Polytechnic College. Currently I am pursuing Electronic Communication Engineering. The faculty in our college are well qualified and friendly with students. The academic standards in our college are very good. Apart from theoretical education, we give equal importance to technical education as well. The environment in our college is very calm and peaceful. We have a library facility which aids us to gain more knowledge. I am proud to be a student of JNGP College.
It's not just the student community, but the faculty too, who underwent change in mindset. Inspiration and motivation were instilled in them so that they were able to identify their own potential. They have realized that they are not second to anyone in providing quality education. The change in their mindset has been great change factor of growth in the education system of Telangana. As a result, more than 60% admission increase in government run colleges.
We have, under the able guidance of our Commissioner of Technical Education, in the entire state of Telangana, we are able to implement new technologies for the development of technical education. They are like continuous evaluation for the students, EDEP for conducting examination, and for evaluation of the students we are using OSDES. We are also implementing biometric attendance to the students as well as staff, and I am very proud to tell that this particular education, part of education, is very useful to the students. They will provide 100% job opportunity to the students who are completing diploma, and also they will be in a position to join for higher education and higher level studies. Thank you very much.
Which